All right, welcome to Common Hood. This your host, Simon P. And as always, I got one half for the Conscious Corner. Brother Shakur, Dr. Shakur, the legendary Shakur. Man, we're going to take a detour. We was on a series on my health. And I want to come back to it because you just getting me hip to what you do before you even come over here. You are doing something that they've been calling, what's the rapper name that made the song? It was called The Baby. He made a song saying a message to the YNs. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the YNs is a young nigga and a young nigga, however you want to look at it. And, you know, he rapping trying to say, hey, we need to talk to him. And I just want to take a detour off the kidney today. He coming back. But his work, what he's doing, with working with youth, with trying to change their code of conduct. Let's take it to some of the things you're using and talk about what you're doing with youth currently.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Brother Simon P. And I'm always happy and blessed to be able to be on the show.
Blessed to have you, man.
And trying to share whatever information. I hope whatever I share is helpful to the people in the listening audience. And so I feel very blessed and lucky and very proud of the fact that I'm able to work with about 20 youth.
20 youth.
Yeah, and on the east side of Gainesville, male and female.
Male racial, and on the east side of Gainesville, yeah. So everybody may not, you know, this thing go out on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So, and Gainesville on the east is where it's predominantly the black side of town traditionally, that out east reside most of your blacks.
Yeah, so basically I'm working with what you would say the majority of your middle school age youth. I would say the majority between the age of 12 and 14.
Okay.
And I've been working with them on the energetic exercises. So what are energetic exercises? They're exercises that not only just strengthen the body, but it also works on the internal part of the body and strengthens the internal organs. And so those types of practices are like yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, which means to work energy, and breathing exercises is what we primarily are working on. And it's been a challenge, but like I told the young folks today, you're not wearing me out. You understand? I've trained literally hundreds of young people, maybe even in thousands, successfully, and we see the results. At least I can see the results of what negative candies that are put in the community have done to our youth, as well as negative music, and on top of that fact, in many cases, divided and broken homes, and so.
What kind of energy you see them having?
Well, the main thing is focusing. Being able to sit still and just follow basic commands, like sit at the edge of your chair, keep your back straight. And I might have to repeat that almost 15 times in a session. But they're coming, I'm in my second week now, and they're doing about 20 different stretches, breathing exercises. I introduced them to the first couple of moves of Tai Chi today, and they're beginning to work more and more as a group, and they're learning to be focused more.
It's interesting that you say they have a problem with following directions.
That's right.
And an attention span.
That's right.
And it leads to now that in the public school systems, there's a lot of children being displaced out of the regular curriculum because of those two issues of being able to follow directions in addition to be able to just stay focused.
That's right.
But the ADHD. You got an attention deficit disorder.
Yes.
Is what they're labeling. And that energy that you're trying to teach them to is it helping them reflect to see that they having a problem with this, where hopefully they can carry it to the school system and realize that, man, Dr. Shakur got me to realize that the teacher wasn't the problem.
Well, in many cases, when I went to school, for example, even though this is a lounging chair, we had to sit with the back straight because that helps with the frontal lobe and to be able to take in information. So one thing I'm doing with the youth is having them sit at the edge of the chair, and they have to sit with their back straight and focus and look straight ahead. It's taken me almost 7 sessions to get that in place. And so I can see where issues are taking place in the classroom, because by sitting straight up, that you do it in the military, you do it in definitely all military, police, fire department standing at attention. So there's a reason that you sit like that, because you're able to take in the information. So I got them to the place now where they're all doing that. And then they're able to sit and focus and breathe. I'm showing them how to do deep breathing, and so they can relax and relax their muscles.
Out of curiosity, when you're teaching this straight, erect posture.
Yes.
I'm over here listening, and I'm like when I drive my car, I have a habit of with the one hand and my hand on the center, kind of.
Yes.
That's just, I don't know. It's kind of like watching Cedric Entertainer to my driving Cadillacs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's just a natural posture.
Yeah, then the lean, they call it the lean back in my day. Yeah.
But I do need to, as I've gotten a little more mature in age, I be like, I need to just sit up straight because of you're leaning when you go for long hours. So I know I've started making that adjustment.
So it regenerates the body.
Right.
A lot of the young people, I'm talking to them about the best time for them to go to sleep, which is between 9:30 p.m. and 10 o'clock, so that they can get the optimum amount of rest. Many of our young folks are staying up 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning for various reasons. So I'm talking to them about that. Many times when they come in, I can tell that they haven't had enough sleep. And so I show them by keeping the back straight and relaxing, this can actually regenerate and give your body rest within a couple minutes to where you can be refreshed and focused. So these are a lot of focus. These are a lot of the technical, minor things that I'm showing them that makes a difference.
Which exercises, just name a few, that is helping with focus?
I had them sitting with the palms on the knees and the shoulders relaxed.
And what do we call this?
This is basically a basic sitting posture. The basic sitting posture is no fancy name to it. They can either keep the feet planted this way, or they can cross the legs this way. These are only two acceptable leg positions. And we keep the shoulders relaxed, and the tongue is at the roof of the mouth, and you keep the eyes open, but you don't look this way. You look a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 feet in front.
Just pick a focus.
That's right.
For a while. Yeah.
And that way, when the teacher is talking or someone's giving information, you're able to take that information in and retain it. Not only is the information going in, but it's being retained.
What's the point of keeping the tongue at the roof of the mouth?
Because it helps stimulate the whole nervous system to make it really work at its optimum.
Okay. What's another position?
Well, after that, then I'm showing them the stretch here. This helps open up the spine and the lungs so that they have deeper breathing, which helps with relaxation. And then I show them the nervous system stretch, which is here, intertwine the fingers. And then I have them connect the thumbs and stretch back. And that really helps move the blood to wake them up, wake anyone up. And then slowly they come down and they rest the palms on the knees.
I wonder how many of those 20 children, how many of them are maybe in activities such as sports, because these are like exercise, warm-up exercise before you go play the game.
That's right. So they naturally, later on in the day, they practice for basketball, okay, because the PAL League, so they do basketball. I think in some cases they might be doing soccer, baseball, and football, but I think basketball is the primary sport that they're doing. So I had them raising their arms and just holding their arms up. A lot of them can't hold their arms up a minute. I said, well, you can't play basketball if you can't keep your arms up, because you got to be able to rebound. You have to be able to shoot, block shots. And then we have this exercise that we do. This helps the shoulders for passing, the bounce pass, to receive the ball. And also when I have them bring the arms out like this. So this helps with circulation, but it also helps with defense, where you have to stay in front of your person to either block the pass, steal the pass, and what have you. So everything is related to actually being on the court. But the main thing about here being focused, and then I have them doing it in unison. So at first, maybe 2 people would stand. If I say stand up at attention, there's always a person dragging it. So what I have the group doing now, everyone has to work together, and there's a group consequence, because when you're on the court with 5 people on the court, everybody has to work.
Team related.
Everybody has to work as a team.
Yes.
And if one person focuses, you can blow the whole play.
Right.
Yeah. So it's teamwork. So they're understanding that, and it's
those exercises that you just mentioned and shared. Those like like 3 or 4 of them.
Yes.
Are they into the Tai Chi? Are they into the yoga? Like which energy science are you placing those particular exercises
Well,
that you did?
the reason why I call them energetic, because when I say Tai Chi or yoga, that's more of a cultural thing. You see, in China, they call it Tai Chi and Qigong. In India, they call it yoga.
Mm-hmm.
If I take those names away, the human body is a human body.
Regardless.
That's right. So here's a stretch. So this might look like Qigong in China, but in India, they call it something different. I mean, the body moves so many ways to get the energy flowing. So I really try to take away those terms. I bring it up if a person say, well, what is energetic?
I like how you calling it. Like, these are just things you may see it in, but you're trying to teach you to take and have control of the energy within
That's
your
really
body
all it is.
to help the movement flow in a positive
That's
way.
right. That's right.
And if they practice these 20 kids, if they actually, for those that do follow other 20,
yes,
tell us the benefits they'll get if they follow everything you do and how you think what to be the impact, short term and long term.
Well, one thing it helps with is helping their body, helps with them so they achieve their optimum and growth, physical growth. It's also going to help with their retaining of information, so their grades should improve in school. It should definitely help with what we call citizenship or behavior issues. So it should reduce that. It should also create a situation where a person is not inclined towards self-destructive types of practices or behaviors, such as drug use and alcoholism and other kinds of isms.
Give an example on how you think it'll stop them from making that choice.
Well, yeah.
If they're living in a situation that may cause them to say, hey, my family not eating right now, or I'm tired of going to school looking like this, and they try to take matters in their own hand. How much of these energy movement exercises that you're doing helps them make a better choice?
That's a good question. I show something that's very simple. Inhale up, exhale down, and exhale out. Just doing that about 3 times. Relax the mind.
Before you make a choice.
And actually with one breath, if a person takes one, I have them sit with their eyes closed and take one slow inhale and one exhale. And that changes the thought pattern to where a person can make rather than reacting, you respond in the correct manner. So if there's fighting in the home, people hollering and cussing all night and you can't go to sleep, I show them this method to where they can focus within themselves and go to sleep and cut out the noises on the outside.
Block the noise.
Block the noise. Also,
but when you saying block the noise, man, I'm thinking myself, I know these are young children, so it's even more imperative for them to adopt these principles now. But I'm over here sitting here now and saying, man, as you get a little mature in age, man, there's so much stuff moving. Ain't no more mom and daddy hands protecting you.
That's right.
You're responsible for you now. And blocking that noise and having to make the right choices is so vitally important. So with your energy exercises to get the flow, let's just say if we was taking our energy and say we're going to go to the gym and get some physical exercises in. And before we leave, I want you to give like some different sets of some things that adults, as well as those 20 youth,
that's right,
that can say, hey, do this exercise and give us how many reps, how many seconds you recommend and incorporating in your life. And then give us a time measurable time that if you give yourself 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, if it's doing this here with the frequency that you're about to share with us right now, on what kind of change outcome you'd expect that they should come back to you and share with you.
Well, first of all, the exercise is the same for adults as they are for children. That's
right.
The first thing. So these are practices that families can do. Now, to answer your question, I can't give scientifically how long it would take, but I can say based on my experience,
okay,
that usually within 40 days maximum, a person should see a change where it becomes a part of their routine and a part of their thinking. And that's just a general statement I'm making. I've seen people make the change in far less time.
Right. So the change, just in your experience.
Yes.
What was the change that you benefit from these energy movement exercises?
Well, coming through it, I lived in Detroit. I lived in the inner city. I went to public schools. Not making the choice to use drugs, for example, or to get high, even though a lot of friends around me might be doing it. You understand? I made a decision that I wasn't going to do it.
You ain't want none of the chronic.
And I was okay with myself,
right?
Not being a part of the crowd. That I had enough being a self-starter, and I had enough selfhood. I can say that if I didn't need the crowd in order to validate me, I validated myself. And it also helps you remember positive affirmations that you've learned in your life.
That's what you're impacting me with, like, as we speak.
Yeah, scripture might come up, something my mother said might come up, something that a coach or a minister or inspiring person might say. Just by doing that breathing, it helps bring up recall.
Certain amount of oxygen comes in.
That's right.
When you do that,
just one breath can change and make a change. You call what we call micro thought. So if a person, because we know suicide rates are real high with our youth today, that one breath can change that micro thought to where a person won't do something that's harmful. Just one breath.
We need to learn how to control our energies within.
One breath.
That's what this is doing.
One breath.
One breath, one mic.
One breath. Yeah, because sometimes situations, you get so overwhelmed. When I've worked with people, they get so overwhelmed, I show them the one breath method. Just one breath.
But give us before we leave out, give us our workout sets of energy exercises that you can take home today and start and see what your results will be.
First is just sitting. This is the sitting posture with the palms on the knees, or you can rest them in your lap, depending on the length of your arms. So you want to be relaxed. You keep the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and you want to find a spot, keeping the eyes open 2 or 3 feet in front. And just sit and put all your focus on something very positive. Don't try to stop the other thoughts that are going. Just allow them to dissolve if you sit. The next one I'll give you.
How many seconds?
You just sit there until you feel relief. I'm not going to put a number on it. Just sit there until you feel clarity. Once your thoughts begin to dissolve.
I'm gonna give them something with it. I found that closing my eyes and just being silent when I'm not asleep, I think about my more stuff about what I need to be doing. I think I need to be doing. So I'm gonna leave them and say, if you can start off trying to get 1 minute in that particular exercise.
Like keeping the eyes open, that begins to dissolve the thoughts.
Right.
Before you close your eyes. If you close your eyes, it usually won't dissolve the thoughts.
It won't dissolve. Okay.
Yeah, so first you want to dissolve the thoughts. Then the next thing I would suggest for people to do is this, what we call mind-body movement, where we intertwine 3 fingers, the index fingers touch, the thumbs cross, and you bring the elbows out and you rock back and forth. And the recommended time on this is 20 minutes.
Really, 20?
Well, according to the studies, okay, that was done in Japan, actually. Okay, now, if a person has insomnia,
what's the benefit of doing this one?
It restores the mind and body, and it re-strengthens the whole body within 20 minutes.
Your core,
everything.
Alignment of your spine.
Alignment of the spine, circulation,
movement.
Rejuvenating the organs in the body, all that. And it calms the mind.
Keep going back. These energy exercises all help with the organs.
That's right. So now by rocking back and forth,
kidney, spleen, heart, lungs, all of that.
We'll stop right there because it also makes you sleepy. If you're going to sleep.
I won't be going to sleep.
No, it'll put you to sleep. I've seen it put people to sleep within 5 minutes.
Really?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
I'm going to have to go test that out myself.
Yeah, it knocks you out, and you get deep sleep.
What did you call that one?
Mind, body.
Mind and body.
Right.
Take the mind and body, set your clock, and see if you fall asleep. Have somebody with you.
Yeah, don't do this before you have to drive. Do not do this if you have to drive.
Nah, I'm just going to do it when I get home.
You do it when you get home, yeah.
And see, can I do it without the TV on or without getting high?
Without doing any of those things. So what it does is cut out the need to have to do those particular things. The need for that reduces itself greatly.
Is it, when you're working with your children, is there any resistance when they say, man, you got to be joking?
I haven't gotten that yet.
Okay.
I've gotten resistance, but not them saying it doesn't work. It's just they're not used to it.
That's 2. No, you gave us this 3.
Mm-hmm.
You gave us the sitting there, you gave us the fingers, and you gave us the rocking. Give us
right
one
now,
more.
I think that's good. If I was going to give one more, I would give this lung stretch.
All right.
That helps with the breathing.
Okay.
I would give that one, and then the nervous system ones. They really go together.
You say the lung stretch, and this the nervous system. Yeah, that's good. 4 or 5.
Right here. Stretch back. So it's 3. It's one movement with three ideas to it. 1, 2, and 3, and then down.
All right.
Yeah. And I do that with them almost 5, 6, 7 times in a session.
All right. In the beginning, you mentioned 20, so we got plenty more moves to come back to when you're ready.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for taking you off the kidney. Mm-hmm. I know he was trying to do a series on that, and we still ended up coming back to these exercises. These energy exercises still affect the organs in some kind.
And one of the main organs that this affects is the kidneys,
right.
because the knees connecting to the kidneys, and the kidneys deal with motivation. So when a person can take in information and retain the information. Mm-hmm. The biggest issue with the youth has been not being able to retain the information.
Got it.
You know, we have to be able to retain. So therefore, ultimately, when they're in school, their grades should go up because they can take in the information that the teacher's purporting. They can remember it when they go home and do homework. And then when the tests come, they can retain the information so they pass the test.
I got it.
Yeah, because, every day in class is new information. So then you have a test at the end of the week. But then you got that midterm that comes up, and that final, which is a cumulative of everything you've learned in that semester. So it's very important that all of us learn how to retain.
Yeah. Yes. Manage the energy within.
That's right.
To help manage the energy that we receive from out.
That's right.
Any closing remarks, Dr. Shakur, before we get out?
Well, basically, hopefully this was beneficial for the people in the listening audience. Like Simon P. said, he's going to try this one, and I recommend that people try this to see.
I'm gonna hit you if you get the results until I get it, because I want to be more focused. I want to be relaxed. I have a problem with all that. Many of us think we automatically have ADHD. And I be like, man, the teachers be boring for me.
Basically, they took they took sports and creativity out of the school, and naturally, most adults, we can't sit for 6 hours without moving around. So you have part of education. Yeah, they used to call it physical education. So there's a physical education that goes along with a mental education.
It's something about how to do a preschool class and a kindergarten class, and maybe elementary. And the elementary, the room is all colorful. Yeah. And then from middle school on back, it looked like a hospital or prison wall.
That's right.
There's nothing really jiving with it. So
that's right. A lot of the schools are designed like prisons.
Right.
Yeah, that's done on purpose.
Right.
Psychologically and practically.
Right. And that's what I want to do, a closing remark on psychologically, how these energy movements is beneficial for that.
Well, again, this is information I'm sure people know about. If we just talk about Alachua County, where we are, we know that the African American, the black population, makes up about 19% of the population, but yet the prison population is between 67 and 70%. Okay, naturally, there's all kinds of information. I was just looking at something.
Population in totality is on 12 or 13% in America.
And 80% of the prison population in America, even though America makes up 5% of the world population, we have 25 to 30% of the prison population, and 80% of that is African American males.
And every inner city facing the same problem: kids not focused, kids not disciplined, and kids not channeling their energy in a more positive way.
I was just looking at a podcast where I think Ice Cube was on there saying that many of the people that own the record companies also own private prisons, and they've had many meetings where they talk to artists about putting negativity in the music and the videos that will inspire young people to commit crimes and live self-destructive lifestyles so that they go to prison. We go on and on with that.
We need to close.
I just say this. This is what I like to close with. Young parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles out there. If you have nieces and nephews, your own children, your own grandchildren, get with them, spend time with them. and talk to them about these things and listen to what they have to say and try to help them as much as you can.
Get on those energy exercises that Dr. Shakur said. This is Simon P. And as always, with Common Hood, we out.